This is Plant-Based Briefing. No, cavemen didn't eat only meat, says new evidence, by Charlotte Pointing at vegnews.com. And I'm Marian Erickson. This is the Plant-Based Podcast where I curate a variety of articles on plant-based and vegan living, get permission, and narrate them to you here in about 10 minutes or less every weekday. And I'm pleased to have permission from Veg News to share their amazing content. So now let's get to today's Plant-Based Briefing. No, cavemen didn't eat only meat, says new evidence, by Charlotte Pointing at vegnews.com. Research reveals early humans weren't meat-heavy eaters. Despite what social media trends claim, our ancestors relied heavily on plants. Thanks to social media, ancestral diets are having a moment. Depending on your algorithm, you might have come across content promoting carnivore, caveman, or lion diets. While each has its own rules and patterns, they all share one thing in common: meat takes center stage. For many, this trend stems from the idea that our Paleolithic ancestors ate this way, that we evolved to eat as they did, and that modern diets aren't suited to us. In some ways, that's true. There's plenty of research showing that nutrient-poor, ultra-processed foods aren't good for our health. However, it turns out that eating mostly meat is probably not great for us either. And according to a growing body of research, it's not what early humans ate anyway. Early diets actually featured a lot of plants. It's not up for debate that early humans ate meat. Like Homo sapiens, Neanderthals, our sister species, were predators who survived on animal parts, including meat, fat, and even bones. But that wasn't all they ate. Research suggests the Neanderthal diet also included plenty of maggots, as well as nuts like pistachios, wild peas, acorns, tubers, olives, chamomile, and lentils. It's unlikely Neanderthals were hypercarnivores, says Hervé Bocherens, head of the biology research group at the University of Tübingen in Germany, in conversation with Live Science. They could not survive only on meat if they had a similar physiology as modern humans, which is likely, he explained. There is a need for dietary sources of energy. Experts know Neanderthals probably ate a fair amount of plants thanks to remains found in caves. Ancient dental plaque and fossilized feces, for example, test positive for plant residue. It makes sense. Neanderthals had to hunt for their food, and that meant some days were successful and others weren't. In between, they relied on whatever the natural environment provided. We have this idea of cavemen, and it is usually men, eating a very high meat diet and not relying on anything else, Emma Pomeroy of the University of Cambridge told BBC Science Focus. For most humans, that wasn't the case. Like Neanderthals, early Homo sapiens couldn't survive on meat alone. In fact, despite what some modern carnivore influencers might claim, research suggests our ancestors weren't skilled enough hunters to sustain such a diet. Instead, they often scavenged carcasses left by other predators and supplemented their meals with fruits, seeds, and tubers. Could the tide be turning for meat-heavy influencers? Carnivore and meat-heavy diets carry real risks, mainly due to nutrient deficiencies. In a strict carnivore diet whereby no plant foods are allowed, the body is stripped of any opportunity to have phytonutrients that protect us from cancer and many chronic diseases, said Angel Look, RD, in an interview with Veg News linked here. These phytonutrients are exclusively found in plants. You just listened to No, Cavemen Didn't Only Eat Meat, says new evidence, by Charlotte Pointing at vegnews.com. And I'm your host, Marian Erickson. I've done a lot of other episodes on the meat-heavy diets, including 1140, Beyond Meat's rumored bankruptcy is the perfect example of food media bias, 1137, How Instagram influencers spread nutrition misinformation, 1136, Who's Controlling the Health Narrative, How Media Trends Are Rewriting Public Health, 1093, The Liver King Wrong About Carnivore Diet, Just Don't Tell His Supplement Customers, 900, How Did the Carnivore Diet Become So Popular, 899, The Carnivore Diet, What Does the Evidence Say, 701, Keto Diets and Diabetes, 319, Lose 2 pounds in one sitting, Taking the Myocenic Route. That one talks about the fossilized feces evidence. And 231, Why You Should Say No to the Keto Diet. So please share this episode with anyone who might benefit, and thanks for listening.